Canada's version of our 4th of July is this Sunday. It's called Canada Day. And to celebrate its 151st birthday, our neighbor to the north will return President Trump's tariffs he slapped on Canadian steel by officially imposing retaliatory tariffs on about $13 billion of U.S. goods. The targeted products range from yogurt to caffeinated roasted coffee. Why caffeinated? Okay, so not decaf. To whiskey, to sleeping bags, bunch of stuff here. But does Sunday mark the moment when trade tensions become an outright war with Canada, and which U.S. businesses face the harshest blows? Joining me now, the former U.S. ambassador to Canada, who also worked 34 years at Goldman Sachs, Bruce Heyman. Good to see you, Ambassador. First, let's just get to
Thanks,
it.
Liz.
The date is no coincidence. Sunday's Canada Day. It's a very patriotic day, just like our 4th of July. Canadians are fired up. According to a poll done by an outfit called Abacus there, some 80% oppose the Trump administration tariffs. Does this, first off, mark a real war now?
Well, we're in a really ominous position here. This is something that the U.S. and Canada in 151 years have never faced. And I think that we're going to talk math and facts and jobs, but we'll also talk about this relationship and the importance of it and the depth and breadth of it. You know, it was the Canadians who took our embassy officials out of Iran when the Ayatollah came in. It was the Canadians who took all those flights in 9/11 that were diverted up to Gander. It was the Canadians who were there with us in Afghanistan, shoulder to shoulder, taking more fatalities per capita than we did. It's the Canadians. Whenever we have a problem, we call the Canadians, say, be there for us. And so the damage to the relationship could potentially be even larger than the economics. But the economics shouldn't be underestimated because we're ramping this thing up. And I'm actually looking for an off-ramp here on this trade war highway and try to find a way to do that. And I think there's a way to do that. The U.S., I'll just give the exemption back to Canada we had in place and give it to them now so that we can get back to the table and take the tensions down. And so that was my point of my op-ed in USA Today.
Yeah, and we're putting that up on our Facebook.com/Liz Claman page. But I was going to ask you a couple things. I still will, but I want to jump ahead to the off-ramp that you just referenced. What if we took a two-pronged approach? The issue for President Trump, he keeps mentioning the dairy tariffs that the Canadians slap on U.S. dairy coming in, but really that's only 0.2% of the whole trade picture. The two-way trade between U.S. and Canada is, what, nearly $600 billion. So can I push back and just ask you, $13 billion doesn't seem like a lot. That's what they are going to retaliate with. Is there any way that businesses really feel it here, or can they escape this?
So the Canadians, first of all, don't want to escalate this. They're just trying to do proportional to the tariffs that were put on them for national defense reasons, which makes no sense. And, you know, Wilbur Ross last week in the Senate basically debunked that whole thing.
He admitted it. He admitted that there's no worry about national security with Canada.
No worry about national security with Canada. And by the way, just so everybody knows, the U.S. has a trade surplus in steel with Canada, so that even makes this a bit crazier. But they are very targeted on what they're hitting, and they're targeting very specific, you know, congressional districts, businesses that will be directly impacted, that will impact members of Congress and so forth. So that while it's only $13 billion, don't underestimate how smart the Canadians are about, you know, applying these. And so, you know, we can look at the broad overall number, but, you know, at the micro level, if you run a business and you sell to Canada and you're impacted by this, you're hurt by it,
there was
which is unfortunate.
There was a headline in one of the Canadian newspapers when I was there two weeks ago that said the gherkin war begins. So apparently gherkins are going to be somehow hit, some maple syrup, which I think there are a lot of small syrup makers in Vermont. And I think you're right when it comes to that. But how do we get off? You mentioned it as an off-ramp, but the president has asked for a 5-year sunset clause on NAFTA. The Canadians don't want to do that. What if they agreed to drop the dairy tariffs in exchange? Maybe President Trump might drop his demand for the 5-year sunset clause on NAFTA. Is that a possibility to kind of de-escalate this situation?
Well, look, I think there's a lot of possibilities here. You know, in TPP, the Canadians gave a lot more on dairy access than they are giving right now under current trade agreements with the U.S. And so I think that possibility is there, and I think that discussion is there to be had. But, you know, when you start putting a gun to someone's head and then you say, now let's start negotiating, I think it creates a very, difficult environment to negotiate in a constructive fashion. And that's where we are now. And I actually think we can very quickly just give them the exemption. There's no national security risk. We have a trade surplus with them overall and in dairy and in steel. And let's get real here. This is Canada. These are our best friends. They're envy of the world, this relationship between the U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, everybody should have a neighbor like this. I don't know. I've had some really awful neighbors in the past. Believe me, I'd love Canada as a neighbor. Ambassador, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming on. And again, your experience at Goldman Sachs, you're looking at this from a financial angle, correct?
Yeah, I am. 9 million U.S. jobs are related to Canada. 35 U.S. states, their number one export market is Canada. And if you look at exports to Canada, you can take China, Japan, and the UK, add all those exports together, we export more to Canada than all those other countries combined.
Former ambassador to Canada, Bruce Heyman, thank you very much.